The food pyramid emphasizes foods from the 5 major food groups. Each of these foods provides some but not all of the nutrients you need. The orange band on the left-hand side represents the grains. It is recommended to make half of the consumed grains whole. Breads, cereals, rice, and pasta are examples of foods from the grain group, and these foods provide complex carbohydrates or starches, which are an important source of energy, especially in low-fat diets. They also provide vitamins, minerals, and fiber. The food pyramid suggests 6 ounces of grains a day and to aim for at least 3 ounces of whole grains a day. Beside the green group is the vegetable group, which is the green band. The food pyramid suggests that a consumer should vary his intake of vegetables per week from leafy greens and peas to starchy and orange vegetables. Vegetables provide vitamins such as vitamins A and C, folate, minerals such as iron and magnesium. They are naturally low in fat and also provide fiber. The food pyramid recommends a serving of 2½ cups of vegetables daily. Beside the vegetable group is the fruit group, which is the red band. Fruits and fruit juices provide important amounts of vitamins A and C and potassium and are low in fat and sodium. The food pyramid suggests 2 cups of fruits a day. Beside the fruit group is the oil group, which is the yellow band. These are foods such as oil, cream, soft drinks, and candy. These foods provide calories and little else nutritionally, and it is advised that consumers should consume them sparingly. Beside the oil group is the milk group, which is the blue band. Milk products provide proteins, vitamins, and minerals. Milk, yogurt, and cheese are the best source of calcium. It is suggested that a consumer should choose low-fat or fat-free yogurt, cheese, or milk. The food pyramid recommends 3 cups of foods from the milk group daily. The very last band on the food pyramid is the meat and beans group, which is the purple band. Meat, poultry, and fish supply protein, B vitamins, iron, and zinc. The other foods in this group, dried beans, eggs, and nuts, are similar to meats in providing proteins and most vitamins and minerals. The food pyramid suggests 5½ ounces of foods from the meat and beans group daily. We have learned that our body attains its needed energy and nutrients in order to function properly. However, how is this possible? When you eat foods such as meat, bread, and vegetables, they are not in the form that the body can use as nourishment. Foods and drinks must be transformed into smaller molecules of nutrients before they can be absorbed into the bloodstream and carried to cells throughout the body. Digestion is the process by which food and drinks are broken down into their smallest parts so the body can use them to build and nourish cells and to provide energy. Digestion begins in the mouth, where the food is chewed and swallowed. After the teeth finishes tearing and crushing the food, the saliva in our mouth breaks down the chemicals in the consumed food, which makes it mushy and easier to swallow. Next, the tongue assists in pushing the mushed food down the esophagus where it can be digested. As the mushed food slides down the esophagus, which is basically a transportation tube from the mouth to the stomach, it ends up in the stomach. Once the food gets to the stomach uses the chemicals to try to make the foods tinier. These chemicals are called gastric juices and include hydrochloric acid and enzymes, which are chemicals that break down food. After, the food is now a cream-like liquid called chyme. Now the food enters a valve at the end of the stomach, sending the food to the liver. At this point, our food is hit with more chemicals. The liver makes a chemical called bile, which is stored in the gallbladder. When the gallbladder mixes bile with our food, it does an important job breaking down the fat into tiny droplets. The pancreas also adds a digestive chemical as the food leaves the stomach. This digestive juice works on breaking down the carbohydrates and the proteins. Now the carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, which are our main energy sources, are broken down into their basic units, which will provide us with much energy later. The small intestine is the real hero of the digestive system. The small intestine is where the real digestion takes place. As the food passes through, it is mixed with the new chemicals, and soon our food is now digested small enough to be put to use by the body. Along the walls of the intestine are thousands of tiny fingers called villi. Blood vessels in the villi can absorb the tiny food molecules and send them off to the rest of our body throughout the blood, where they are carried off in our bloodstream to other parts of the body, where they can be reassembled into tissues or burned for energy. Whatever the body cannot put to use is sent to the large intestine. The job of the large intestine is to remove water. Food spends about 12 hours in the large intestine, where it becomes feces and later leaves the body through the anal opening when we go to the bathroom. It's unbelievable what a single bite of food undergoes to be digested. The energy derived from food consumption can be identified through an individual's intake of calories, which is the energy in foods, and calories can be expressed in joules, which is the SI unit of work or energy, where 1 calorie equals 4.19 joules. You are what you eat is a general nutrition quote, meaning that the condition of your body reflects the nutritional value of the food you eat. For example, if an individual consumes a healthy amount of lean meat, which is rich mostly in protein, they will have healthy, lean muscle mass. Meanwhile, if someone eats only fruits and vegetables, which is high in vitamin content with no protein, they will be skinny with little muscle mass. And when someone eats lots of fats and sugary pastries, they will be soft, fat, and pasty. Overall, the quote's meaning is that an individual becomes a product of what they eat. If one eats well, such as a healthy, balanced diet, they will have an excellent standard of well-being, whereas one who eats poorly will suffer physically and mentally.